Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. You just call him up and tell him what you want. Call him, tell him what you want. Call him, tell him what you want. Call him, tell him what you want. You just call him up and tell him what you want. I like this part. The line is never busy. Tell him what you want. The line is never busy. Tell him what you want. The line is never busy. Tell him what you want. You just call him up and tell him what you want. I love that old African American local church song, and I'm pushed toward and compelled to rewrite it and call him and tell him what you need. Call him. My grandmother and my mom used to say, what you want can kill you, but what you need can save your life. As I leave this alone, so many treat God, our Father, the Father of the believer, the creator of us all, like an astrological Santa Claus. You see, prayer is not so God, our Father, can place orders for your life. Prayer is so God, our Father, can place your life in order. As I leave this alone, so many have forgotten about God. If you remember God when you have peace, He'll remember you when you lose your peace. If you remember God when you have love, He'll remember you when you don't have love. If you remember God when you have money, He'll remember when you don't have money. If you remember God when you have a husband, He'll remember you when you're losing your husband. If you remember God when you have a wife, He'll remember you when you're losing your wife or you lost your wife. If you remember God when you have a good marriage, He'll remember you when your marriage is falling apart. If you remember God when you have joy, He'll remember you when you lose your joy. But so many have forgotten about God until something goes wrong. So many have forgotten about the Lord until they get that cancer scare or diagnosis. So many have forgotten about Hashem, the name above all names. Help me, Lord. So many don't call on His name until something is going wrong. You're going to run out of everything, including life, but God. You're going to run out of milk and eggs. You're going to run out of money, so you think you ain't, but you are. You're going to run out of time, health, and strength. You think you're not, but you are. But so many have forgotten about God. And I dare you to talk about Him, because somebody will attack you. But people can stand around water coolers and cuss and talk about explicit and illicit things and can curse out loud. People don't even say God bless you anymore when you sneeze. They say bless you and look around because they know they forgot to say God bless you. As I leave this alone, prayer is not so God, our Father, can place orders for your life. Prayer is so God, our Father, can place order in your life and at the same time keep in touch with you and you keep in touch with Him. Call Him, tell Him what you want. Call Him, tell Him what you need. Again, if I could rewrite that song, I would say Jesus is on the main line. Tell Him what you need. I need peace for my heart and mind. I need peace that surpasses all understanding. I'm reminded of another song. This joy I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy I have, the world didn't give it to me. And the songwriter goes on to say, this love I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. This joy, this peace, this love, the world didn't give it to me. And the world can't take it away as I leave this alone. Call him. Call him. The line is never busy. And if you get a busy signal, maybe you waited too long. Or maybe you never called. Call him. He's on the main line. So many on Main Street of error, Main Street of America, Main Street of the world. But call him. He's on the main line. Talk to him. Get to know his voice and he'll recognize yours. Talk to him. Recognize his voice and he'll recognize yours. Talk to him. So many have forgotten about God, our Father, the Father of the believer, and the Father of the Creator of us all. But you haven't forgotten about drugs. You haven't forgotten about alcohol. You haven't forgotten about racism, hate, bigotry. You haven't forgotten about dope and anger. You haven't forgotten about violence and murder and divorce and separation and busting up and estrangement. But you have forgotten about God. Beg him to remind you. My mother used to say, if you want peace with God, you got to make up with God. God is not cosmetic. God, our Father, is cosmic. He's undefeated. He's unstoppable. He's unlimited. Call him. He's waiting on your call. Make that call today. Cultivate a relationship with him. I had a friend call me after many years. One of my sergeant buddies that I served with in the United States Army. And he kept telling how wonderful I was and a good dude and a good man and a good guy. And then he hit me. He said, Dave, I need $1,000. Can you help me? And I didn't have it to give, but I scraped it up and I wired it to him. And I was so angry about it, not to give him, but that he had set me up to ask me for a favor. Not just a favor, but I hadn't heard from him in 10, 11, 12 years. And I started praying, Father, why am I so upset about Sergeant such and such calling me? And I love him. That's my brother. And I heard him say, now you know how I feel when somebody called me and asked me for something, and I hadn't heard from him in so many years. And I'm going to leave it at that as I leave it alone. Call him. Call him. Tell him what you want, need. Call him. Call him. Tell him what you want, need. Call him. Call him. Tell him what you want. You just call him up and tell him what you need. As my mom, my abuela, my grandmother, and abuelo, my grandfather used to say, and my dad, my papa, what you want can kill you, but what you need can save your life. Call on him. Call on him. Call him. Call him. Pray. Pray. He's waiting on your prayer. He's waiting on you to call on him. The line is never busy. Prayer is not so we can place orders in our life with God. Prayer is so God our Father, the Father of the believer, can place our lives in order. Again, prayer is not so you can place orders with God for your life. Prayer is so God, the Father of the believer, can place your life in order. Call him. You're going to run out of everything but God. You're going to run out of everything but God, our Father. Peace. Call him. The line is never busy.